So just like we have resolved position vector r in terms of perpendicular component with respect to p, we can also resolve the momentum p as perpendicular to r. Either of the vectors you can resolve in terms of the other vector as parallel or perpendicular. So we have tried here, instead of r I have taken the momentum and the perpendicular component. That means component of momentum p perpendicular to the position vector r is considered over here. Angular momentum L is r cross p. So this is resolved rp sine phi k. This is the answer we have to get. Let us see how when we resolve it as perpendicular component. This angle is 180 minus phi. So opposite side by hypotenuse. In this case hypotenuse we have considered momentum. So p perpendicular by p will be equal to sine 180 minus phi. P perpendicular by p is equal to sine 180 minus phi, which is equal to sine phi. So p perpendicular is p sine phi. I can look at this expression. Instead of p sine phi, I can write p perpendicular. So our expression for angular momentum Lz becomes r into p perpendicular. So either way you can represent. Either you can resolve r in terms of perpendicular to p or p perpendicular to r. My answer will be the same. That is the first method. In the second method, what we do is we resolve the position vector r in terms of parallel and perpendicular components. This is your vector r, which can be resolved as perpendicular to p as well as parallel to p. You have studied resolution of vectors. You can resolve r in this manner. Similarly, p also you can resolve as perpendicular to r and parallel to r. Two components you can resolve because it is a two-dimensional plane we have represented. So here r is taken as r perpendicular plus r parallel. So r is substituted as r perpendicular plus r parallel, r cross p. Instead of r, again we are substituting this. So this will be equal to r perpendicular cross p plus r parallel cross p. R parallel cross p will be 0 because both these vectors are parallel. R perpendicular cross p will remain. Between r perpendicular and p, the angle is 90 because r perpendicular is perpendicular to the momentum p. So the angle is theta. So sin theta term will be sin 90 is 1. So you will get r perpendicular into p. So this is along the z direction because you have the unit vector k along here. Unit vector k is also coming, right? So this is along z direction. So I can represent it as the z component Lz, which is Lz. Here I have shown only the magnitude of the Lz. K is not shown because I have already said it is in the z direction. So this is r perpendicular, modulus of r perpendicular into p. Similarly, we can represent by resolving momentum perpendicular and parallel to r. Work out the same scenario. So it will be r cross L equal to r cross p, which will be equal to r cross p perpendicular plus p parallel. Instead of r, I can resolve p. So both cases also I will get the, here it will be the answer will be Lz equal to modulus of r into modulus of p perpendicular. So that is the second method. In the third method, what we do is we are going to consider this motion. This is the motion we have been describing. A particle at position. This is the position of the particle. Position vector, that means from the origin, acted upon by a momentum. This is in 2 dimension. Here what we are going to do in the third method is we are going to consider the motion of this particle. This xy motion, first we will consider the motion along x direction and analyze it. Then again we will consider the motion along the y direction. Then we will combine both. So whatever you are seeing is, here it is motion in both x and y direction. That means in the xy plane. That first we will consider only the motion along the x direction, then motion along y direction. That is what we are doing in the third method. So just we are assuming that it is moving along the x direction. That means the particle, it was at this point, it is moving along x direction only. So Along x direction, the component of momentum is px. And angular momentum component will be, angular momentum, the term you have to take is P perpendicular, R perpendicular into P. The component perpendicular to component of position vector perpendicular to the P component. That will be Ly, because x is along the same direction. If you consider x, the coordinate, you look at the coordinate of the point here, it has got x and y coordinate. X coordinate is parallel to px. So that component will be 0 when you take the cross product. So you have to take the y component. So y into px will be the angular momentum. Instead of modulus of r, you will be having here y, because the y component is coming. Then sign convention. It is moving from, the particle is moving in this direction. That means this is clockwise direction. So the sign is negative. So you get the component Lz equal to minus ypx when you consider motion along the x direction. Now let us consider the motion along the y direction. Separately we are considering. We are just imagining the particle is moving from this point along the y direction. Again, the position vector you look at here, both x and y components are there. X component, y component is parallel to py, so it will not contribute in the cross product. So you have to take the x component. X component is x. So x into py will be the angular momentum for motion in the y direction. Now, it is moving in this direction. That means, if you, from the origin if you look at it, it is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. From the origin you are looking, it is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. So the sign will be positive. So Lz equal to x py. Now we are going to consider these two motions combined together. That means we are going to combine these two. Initially we looked at it separately. I am just combining. The particle is at this point P. It is acted upon the momentum P, which had components Px and Py. So this is how it will look at. So these two contributions will come when you take the total effect of the particle moving in the xy plane. So I can sum these up. So Lz will be equal to xpy minus ypx. This is the particle is at this point. It has got x component, y component, and z is 0 because it is in the xy plane. So I can write r has got coordinates x, y, 0. Similarly, momentum has got coordinates or components px, py, and 0. So L equal to r cross p, I can represent by taking all these components in the determinant form. I, j, k are the unit vectors along the x, y, z direction. Then components of the position, that is x, y, 0. Components of momentum px, py, pz. So I can write this determinant. When you solve, you get it as x, py minus y, px into k. So this is angular momentum. This is along the z direction. So this is how we have combined these two.